everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Queen's Wish, the Conqueror! Last episode, we just ran through the Palace of Atonement here, killed a bunch of criminals, and set some Ukat free. Also got a very useful item, and right now, you are very well defended. This Queen's Glory item seems very useful. Now, let us go into High Elhovo at last. You enter High Elhovo, the core of the Ahriel woods. They have spent centuries weaving the trees and vines here into an enormous, stunningly beautiful tower. It is an indoor forest, and the plants have been worked into living walls, partitioning the indoors into shops, barracks, and everything you would expect of a proper city. This is no trench town, though. The guards are regular Ahriel, but everyone else you see is blessed. Snarl. As you enter High Elhovo, you note two things. First, the guards are doing their best to pretend you aren't there. They are always looking anywhere but where you are. Their enormous guard wolves, on the other hand, stare and snarl. The second thing is the tower. It is an enormous wooden structure on the water to the south, looming over everything else in High Elhovo. That must be where the Watchers rule from. Okay, then. This is an unusual shop. All the goods are in the fresh air, protected only by the thick woven canopy of vines and trees. Holes allow enough sunlight to pierce through to show off the exquisite, luxurious Oriole craftsmanship. A blessed woman approaches with exactly the right balance of pride and deference. "Welcome to High Elhovo's trade post, Havenite. I am Blessed Doiron. How can I help you?" "This is a nice shop." "Thank you. I spend so much time here that it is easy to forget how beautiful it is. I love the fresh air and smell of moss. It really sets off well the elegant lethality of our spears." "Do you ever get rained on?" "No, the vines are woven in such a way as to sluice all unwanted precipitation away. We of High Elhovo have had many centuries to get it right." "Tell me about your wares." "The purpose of this shop is to show off the finest of the finest Ahriel goods. Our potions, our magic, our weapons, our enchanted garb. All visitors can come here and see the best in the known world. It is part of our duty." "What is your duty?" "The Oriole have the finest culture and crafts. Our duty is to show what we have accomplished, so that we can be a good example to all the worthy peoples of the world." "I would like to trade with you." "I will trade you as much as I can. I am always willing to buy goods from other lands. There is always much we can learn." "I'd like to buy something." "Ah. Well, you can look. However, until you have dealt with the Watchers above to their satisfaction, I am not allowed to sell to you." "Can you craft anything for me?" "Oh, we don't craft in High Elhovo, for a lot of good reasons. Too noisy, too smelly, fear of fire. I think the closest master crafter is in my city." "That's all I need. Thank you." Okay. Seems like everything here is, like, out and about. Okay. That seems to go into the center itself. I'm not going to go in there yet. I'm going to look around the outside. That's actually blocked off. Interesting. Looks like there's just a few Ahriel living around there. There is a magic circle in the middle of High Elhovo. You can sense power coming from the stones and the trees. Nobody is here right now. If a powerful spell is to be worked, this is where they will do it. Good to know. You are surprised to find in this quiet corner of High Elhovo an artist's studio. A young, highly intense woman is painting a picture of 2 bowls of food on a table. She covers the canvas when she sees you. "Ah, from Haven. Come in, come in. I am the elevated artist of High Elhovo, Blessed Peggy. I paint. The sculptors are not here, too noisy. I can be here." "You have been elevated?" "I was chosen by the Watchers. They think I can best make new forms of art, and that I can best show the world the superiority of the Ahriel. It is a responsibility to destroy the old styles. I must bear it." "Is there a lot of competition to be elevated?" "Yes, of course. Murders have happened. I am safe, though. None can yet replace me. All know it." What are the old styles? Mere representation. You see a thing and you make a painting that looks like it. So all the paintings your mother and Delia buy. Noted. That has value, but others already do it. To be elevated is to always look for the new. What are you looking for? New paintings, new ways of seeing, unlike any ever done. Someone must always be looking for the new, yes? What if someone prefers the old styles? They can look at that. I am not an art guard. I will put nobody in painting jail. All can make and look at whatever they want. They must only face the risk of being left behind. Blessed Peggy is quiet and distracted. You'll have to carry the conversation. She is constantly nervously picking bits of paint off her hands and forearms with her fingernails. I'd like to buy a painting. No, not yet. We will decide how best to show the world the work of the Ahriel. Once the correct pieces are selected, they may travel to be our diplomats to the world. Can I see your work? She thinks about this. This is my decision to make. I decide yes. She pulls aside the cover of her most recent work. She is painting 2 bowls of food. The painting looks like a red and yellow circle on a white background. Would you see another? All right. She shows you a blank canvas. When she notes your confusion, she points to the lower corner. You see a small slash of gray paint. Would you see yet another? Sure. It is a huge painting of a skull, bone white on a black background. When you look closer, though, you realize that the skull is surrounded by many tiny figures. Flowers, dancers, eyes, all painted in very dark gray paint on black, so that they are barely visible. These are the 3 works I think have promise. What do you think, Prince of a Foreign Land? So it's, postmodernism? I think your artistic exploration is very exciting. We are so excited by the return of Haven. There is so much promise for us. The small folk have their worries, but the blessed know that we have so much to gain. Now please excuse me. Inspiration strikes! She turns back to her work, ignoring you. I mean, the first 2 I don't particularly care for, but the third one actually does sound interesting. So, I'll give her that for the third one she came up with. That one could actually be sold for a reasonable point. The other 2, eh. You walk around the tower in the middle of High Elhovo. The entrance must be to the south. The guards still ignore you as you pass, but Blessed watch you from windows above. So far, the Oriole haven't been hostile. You'll have to be careful, though. Once you enter their tower, if they decide to murder you, you won't be able to stop them. Yeah, we'll see about that. Alright then, into the tower we go. The first floor of the tower is a garden, showing off the floral variety of the Oriole woods. You even see some of their thorny thicket plants in the corner. Several plant workers tend to the garden. One imperious old man directs them. He is not hesitant about shouting at them if they make even the slightest mistake. The garden is tended by one old plant worker. While everyone else in High Elhovo has been cordial or just ignored you, this man regards you with an instant contempt. I am Blessed Padar, elevated plant worker of High Elhovo. You are an invader of lesser perception. What do you want? What is a plant worker? We are the ones who listen to the trees and talk to them in return. We marshal them to feed us and protect our lands from barbarian invaders. The like you goes unsaid. What do the trees tell you? They tell us where there is corruption, where the invaders are, where their peace is broken by those who would destroy the Ahriel. What do you tell the trees? We tell them where to walk, how to move, who to trap, where to move, what to consume. We discipline them when they misbehave, and we guide them into an impenetrable defense. How do they misbehave? Trees are slow, but they are willful. Magic is fast and full of chaos. Together, we sometimes have troubles in our woods, monsters and such. When this happens, we Blessed solve the problem. We do this in our own time, and the right way, not fast and crude like the common folk demand. Your defenses are impenetrable. Yes, the only reason Haven soldiers have ever set foot into our lands is because we allow it. We are led by greed and weakness. Who will stand up and save the Oriole? He turns and walks away. You have to follow. Blessed Pedar walks quickly around the garden, pruning shrubs and picking weeds. You struggle to keep up with him. You said that I am lesser? I say you have lesser perception, it is true. So you have purer perception. I drink the elixir. All the blessed do. This lets us see the world as it is, and it gives us glimpses of the other layers of existence, above and below us. We see in a purer way, so we have purer opinions. And your opinion is? The Watchers are lost in greed and confusion. They are letting an invader in. We were lucky enough to be rid of you once, now we are eager to swallow the rot. Who will act? And how would you act exactly? You will see, Invader. Not all blessed have vacant minds. Some of us only wait for a moment to act. He turns and walks away, slipping between two trees. Vines slide forward and block the path behind him. Well, okay then. There appears to be a path down. I'm curious. What is underneath High Elhovo? And who is this? You are surprised to find a sage hiding down here. She is an old, tired, and oddly not blessed. When you approach, she sighs. How would you like to poke around, Havenite? I am Beatrice. Say what you want and go away. Why are you hiding down here? It is the only place I can get silence. The blessed are always bothering me. Questions, requests, wanting genealogical research or other such madness. It's peaceful down here. What are you studying? I study the history of the Oriole, how we came to be this way, how we might change. I'd like to learn more. It is a business of the Ahriel, not you. Haven will end up choosing for us if I let you. We will decide who we truly are. Please leave me. As you wish. Alright, what have we got in here? Quicksilver, don't need to take it. An iron bar, don't need to take it. The only thing we need is stone. There isn't anything down here. Interesting that this exists. Alright, let's go further up then. This floor of the tower is a glorious feasting hall. The Oriole are already good at food. Here, they prepare some of the most delicious, exotic meals in the known world. Food that would draw rage even in your palace back home. The Watchers are in the tower. Watcher Freesall. There is an old blessed sitting at this long table, surrounded by luxurious dishes and goblets of fine wine. He is systematically moving from left to right, demolishing each plate of food, only for it to be immediately replaced by servants. He waits for you to join him. Come, Havenite, sit, rest from the road. I am Freesall of the Bren, Watcher of the Ahriel, and the Might of High Elhovo. I'm taking a break. You're a Watcher? I am. I am very powerful, can't you tell? He grabs the roast leg of a wild peacock and starts gnawing on it. How did you become a Watcher? I've been blessed for 80 years. Drank the elixir, had the dreams. Yet I still have a bit of sense. That is why they picked me. It doesn't take up too much of my time. What is your duty as a Watcher? Sometimes I leave my farms and workshops and come here. The army and common folk come to us with their problems. We help them if we think we need to, and if we have the focus for it. They are all upstairs now. Your being here has them all very excited. Why aren't you with the other Watchers now? He shrugs. Your being here is very important. It will shift the very future of the Oriole people. Why would I want to be involved in that? Especially when they're all distracted, so I get my first pick of the good meals. A servant refills 3 of his goblets. Watcher Freesall of the Bren sits and eats and drinks and eats and drinks. His capacity is remarkable. He's one of the few people in High Elhovo who really seems to be enjoying himself. How is the food? Fantastic. You can't have any of mine. I'm going to eat it. Go talk to the chef. He'll get you fed. All part of our duty, after all. Who are the Bren? My family. We own a big swath of good, fertile land west of here, and we claim great prestige. I help run the family business. They chose me to spend time here, so I can get us all the advantages I can, which is a lot. We are happy that Haven is back, as you can imagine.
You claim great prestige.
We are so wealthy that all of my family, even distant relatives, even the smallest child, gets their share of elixir. Why, I have a second cousin by marriage who gets a small portion of elixir every month. How much more prestige can there be?
What is your family business?
A bit of farming, livestock. We don't mine quicksilver ourselves, of course, dirty business, but we own major shares in 3 mines and a refinery.
You are happy that Haven is back.
You bring order! You keep the roads safe. Someone has to. We certainly won't. That's why the Watchers allow you here. Even when distracted by the other levels, we know that you have value. Sometimes we can even buy the help of Havenite mercenaries. Very useful for certain sorts of business.
Looking for any help from Haven now?
In fact, I am. Part of the reason I'm down here. Wanted to talk to you privately. I've heard that for royalty, you can be quite the adventurer.
Yeah, it depends on the adventure.
Well, I have a good one. The Bren clan has rivals. We've had disputes over a few swaths of land going back centuries. One of our rivals, Conqueror by name, spilled blood over it. For this, he went to the Palace of Atonement. I don't want him to ever leave, and I will pay for the help.
What is the Palace of Atonement?
It's our place of exile, northeast of here. Criminals go there to pay penance. Then, sometimes they leave. You'll be able to walk into there no problem. They let everyone in.
What do I do with this Calcora? He grins, and you see a mad glint in his eye. Yes, this is an elixir drinker for sure.
Stab him! Burn him! Make him die!
Why do you want this done?
He spilled the blood of our family. We Oriole are civilized, but we don't tolerate nonsense. He has to pay, and I want it to happen where we can find him.
How do I leave this prison when my work is done?
Just walk out.
He doesn't elaborate. It can't be that simple, can it? Fortunately, we've already been through there, so we know that it is that simple. When the people of High Elhovo get hungry, they come here. One frenetically busy chef makes meals for them, assisted by a team of helpers and apprentices. Yet, although he has a dozen dishes on the fire, he makes time to speak with you. The Prince of Haven. Honored. I am Chef Frang, elevated by the Watchers of High Elhovo and bearer of the duty. Hungry? What are you making? So many dishes on the fire right now. Some traditional, some new classic recipes, some experiments. All part of the duty of the Ahriel. I am quite good, I admit. That is why I was elevated. You are elevated? Sometimes the Watchers of High Elhovo pick one who best fulfills the duty of the Ahriel. We are brought here to perform our craft and advance it. Remaining the best in the world takes a lot of work.
You have a lot of assistants.
Of course! I must simultaneously advance the art and feed the city. Plus, I must teach the young. All parts must work together to practice and continue the work. Where do you get your ingredients? Mostly the nearby farms of the Oriole Woods. Our raw nature and magic produce a variety of fresh, delicious products, living and dead. With Haven's help, I will soon trade for other unique ingredients from the far lands of the known world. Chef Frang runs his kitchen, testing dishes and calmly instructing his cooks. Yet he always finds time to answer one of your questions or offer you a taste of something odd. You mentioned the duty of the Oriole? The Oriole are the peak of human culture. We are not selfish, though. We want others to live as well as us. Thus we show them what is possible, and we help them improve. Within reason, of course.
You think everyone can eat as well as you?
Of course not. Few, if any, can match the food of the Ahriel.
So what is the goal?
I think everyone can eat better, with more attention and more art. All should strive for this.
Many lands are poor or torn by war.
But the Ahriel are not. Those unfortunate lands should decide to be more like the Ahriel. When they improve enough, they won't be poor or afflicted by violence anymore. After all, we are not.
That's arguable. I'd like something.
Of course, you can try one of my new dishes, or you can sample our fine ales and wines.
Something to eat. You are brought a plate, a very unusual dish, unlike anything you ever saw in Haven. It is a salad of leaves and twigs. The twigs are actually edible, and they have a crunch to them. They are quite bitter. You leave fed, but weirdly unsatisfied. It is completely unlike the food of Haven, even the fancy stuff. What if we choose that again? A plate of thin strips of raw meat with a tangy sauce.
Frang explains that they are from the most tender parts of the face of the dire wolf. It is a dessert of whipped egg and cream, flavored with an overpowering essence of mushrooms. It is a thick beef soup. There is some sort of organ meat in it. It has a powerful iron flavor. Mother doesn't like organ meat. And something to drink? You are given a mug of thick, dark ale. It is delicious and makes your head spin. I am content. I am so pleased. Be sure to return the moment you feel hungry. I know that I will have another experiment for you. Indeed. And I am going to take a very brief detour in order to take care of this quest for this other guy. I'm going to cut it while I run over there. Be right back. Alright, we're here. Let's deal with this. I'm Prince of Haven. Put that weapon down. Who are you? Yeah, unfortunately. When you get too close to the ladder, the guard shouts an alarm. He points a spear at you. Then as you step back and prepare for an attack, he scrambles up the ladder. Yeah, this should be relatively easy. Ow. There goes the shadow. There's an assassin and an archer. Oh, he got feared. Interesting. And unexpected. That must be that aura that was mentioned. Oh, that's a lot of them. Yeah, these guys are dying very quickly and easily. Oh wait, that's a charmer. He needs to die. Okay, that's dead. Good. Quick healing, please. Thank you. A blessed man is waiting for you in this camp. He wields a massive halberd. Its blade is made of hissing energy. He says, "Halt right there! I am Conqueror of the Sot. We have no treasure, we have no grudge against you. Just flee, you do not have to die today." No, but you do. Oh, you actually have some strength to you. Good to know. You're going to die. Horribly. You're getting a lot of bleeding on you. Sure, you're blessed. In more ways than one now, but it's not going to last too long. Get some more bleeding on there. He's about to die, and there he goes. Conqueror of the Sot has been slain. A nice ledge has been opened up for some of the prisoners. Or you, if you aren't able to escape. Fortunately, we already know we can. Diamonds, rubies, Scroll of Might, Iron Ariel Dagger, which is not worth it. That's going to be sold, and so is the Ariel Crystal Blade. Okay, now that that's taken care of, I am going to be right back, because I need to make another quick run in order to get all these things sold and get healed up. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, and that brief distraction is done. Conqueror is dead. You tell Friesa all the tale. He is thrilled. What a madcap adventure you have had! He has a servant bring you a beautiful spear. I will also have gold and quicksilver sent to your forts. A proper expression of gratitude, I hope. Oh, that Conqueror. I hope in his final moments he felt truly stupid. Need any more help from Haven? Not anything I would ask a prince for. Don't worry. Your forts will have plenty of profitable business with the Bren. I'll make sure of that. Gold and quicksilver, neither of which is used, and Ariel Pole Crystal. Interesting, but we're not going to be using it. It's going to be sold. Anyway, we have to go further up. Alright, this episode is going to be long, but at last you reach the Hall of the Watchers. It is beautiful, of course. You can take that for granted in the lands of the Ahriel. There are patches of trees. Bright light comes in through the windows. Butterflies flap everywhere. The hall is beautiful, and the Watchers are odd. Green, confused, waxy skin, the baffled look that comes from years of elixir drinking. Only one of them, an ancient woman in the center of the head table, seems to realize that you are here. A whole bunch of guards and the like. They're all labeled as just Watchers, except for Watcher Abhain. Abhain? Abhlin. At first, you think the woman in the middle of the head table might be a waxwork. Decades, centuries of elixir have made her eyes glassy and her skin have a strange glassy sheen. Then she leans forward and moves her face into what she remembers a smile to feel like. I am Watcher Abhlin. I am twice blessed. First as blessed, next as a speaker, for High Elhovo, for the Ahriel. I am Prince Rupert of Haven. She nods slowly. It is noted. It will be written. You will now... She is interrupted by a similarly ancient baffled watcher who shouts, A loud voice carries through the trees! All the watchers immediately break out in a loud argument. What is going on? Nobody is listening. Some of the watchers are arguing. Others get up to look out the window. One appears to be chasing a butterfly. None of them are paying attention. Watcher Abhlin tries to deal with you, but she is constantly distracted by the other watchers. They make objections, unexpected noises. They ask questions about unrelated matters, some of which make no sense. The watchers are still lost in chaos. Wait patiently. The watchers keep arguing, wandering around, and quietly communing with the wildlife, or napping. They change roles frequently. Sometimes one nods off and another jumps up with plenty to say. You wait. The chaos continues. Wait patiently. Excuse me! Watcher Ablin's head snaps around to you. You can't read her expression. It conveys a feeling that makes sense only to her. She slaps the table with her hand. The watchers grow silent and shuffle back to their seats. So, Prince, you have come. How was your journey? Your woods are dangerous, but I made my way. She nods. Yes, they are dangerous. We make them that way. They eat our enemies. Our foes nourish the thickets. But you are here. That is good. A long pause. Then she speaks very slowly. She knows that this is important and doesn't want any missteps. Why are you here? I have come to speak with you. You have come far, across an ocean. You have been in danger. The watcher next to her starts to hum. She slaps him. He shuts up. You come to High Elhovo. Why? What do you want? The Oriole have a treaty with Haven. You are our vassals. You left. We were vassals. Then you left and you took your things with you. I do not see us as a vassal. Not at this moment, anyway. You will be our vassal again. Watcher Abhlin nods. The words are out. They are said. So many foolish arguments are settled now. The watchers nod. We have clarity, and clarity helps us. Now we can tell you more about us, help you understand. Then we can negotiate and deal with unfinished matters. I want to know more about the Watchers. All regions of our woods have Watchers, the longest drinkers of elixir, the wisest, the most attuned to the many layers. When an event happens, all Watchers who can come here, to decide, to see envoys like you. We rule the Ahriel woods, and we have responsibilities. Tell me about elixir. Quicksilver solution charged with wisdom. It brings us long life and health and wisdom, and helps us to talk to the many layers of reality, higher and lower. What are your responsibilities? We have so many. We must watch all the layers of existence above and below us. We must speak to our woods to keep our people nourished and safe. We must remember all the old history. It is so much. Yet the regular folk complain.
They moan that we don't do enough for them. They don't see how much we have to do, how we bend under the strain.
You don't seem to do much to rule your land. This drives the Watchers into an instant fury. They all erupt at once, shouting, "Ungrateful! Nobody understands us! We are so wise! We are good! What we do is what the good do!" Watcher Ablin turns away from you to try to calm down the hall. Watcher Ablin tries to deal with you, but she is constantly distracted by the other Watchers. They make objections, unexpected noises. They ask questions about unrelated matters, some of which make no sense. Still, she manages the occasional period of quiet and focus, so that you can deal with her. I have been to the trench towns. The Watchers look at each other, not sure where this is leading. A few immediately lose interest and wander off. Ablin says, "I suppose it was inevitable. Still, I am sorry." Sorry? They are Ahriel and therefore part of our great story and superior culture. Yet they are the least part of us. Better than the regular peasant, but dirty and coarse. I have a message from them. You carry a message from trench folk to us, the Watchers of High Elhovo. Really, I don't understand why you would do that. You are a Prince of Haven, so I suppose we must listen. The trench towns feel you neglect them. Watcher Ablin truly doesn't know how to respond to this. Before she can open her mouth, a watcher by a window breaks into laughter. Others join him. Then Ablin herself starts to snicker, then chuckle, then laugh. You wait, but their episode of hilarity continues for some time. When you think they are about to run out of breath, they just laugh more. Eventually, you wander off. Looks like Astara has her answer. Ablin, let's negotiate. Gladly. Several Watchers open their mouths. Ablin silences them with a wrathful glare. The Ahriel are a superior people. All see it. It is hard for us to admit the rare times when we need aid, yet we Watchers have missed Haven. Why have you missed us? There are so many mundane details that must be dealt with. Brigands, forest monsters, blocked roads, lost mines. Important to small folk, but less important than watching the many levels of existence. When Haven was here to keep the roads clear for merchants and such, things were easier. We did some services. You helped us do our duty. How do we help you do your duty? The Ahriel are a superior people. We have found a better way. We are not selfish. Our duty is to show ourselves to others, so that we can be a good example. The more other people try to imitate us, the closer they will be to a perfect existence. What services do you provide to us? Our quicksilver, our potions, our fine weapons and other goods. Your merchants love to come here and buy them. Our small folk love to sell them. We are valuable to you, Havenite. Even your mother told me so many years ago. So you will be our vassals and obey the old contract. A long, tense silence. Finally, Watcher Ablin says, "Yes, it will be as if nothing ever happened. Your armies helping the Watchers, our potions sent to your people." Now the Watcher actually looks nervous. However, we do have one new requirement. What is your requirement? You must kneel to me, Prince. You must kneel and swear that the Ahriel have the world's superior culture. Better than all, including Haven. I'm sorry, what was that again? Kneel and swear our superiority. You look at the other Watchers. They all nod. Together they came up with this mad idea. If your mother finds out that you knelt before a vassal, she will be utterly furious. Delia and Sutter won't be pleased either. Havenites are proud. Perhaps there is something else I can offer. No. We trusted you once and you fled. You left us. Now you have to atone. We've seen the size of your little battalion. We know you need our help. This is our price. You must tell the Ahriel that what we all know is true. There are problems with that. We thought there would be, yet we Ahriel can't pass up this opportunity.
When word of this spreads, all will come to us. All will seek the blessing of our approval, the prestige, the glory. We must have it for our duty. I simply can't do that. Then go. Let your battalion dry up and wither away in our thicket. I have set our price. It will not change, not ever. Go and think, Prince. Go and think. I will go and think, and I believe I know what I am going to be doing. That said, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode, we will discuss what our next step will be, but I believe I know what it will be. Without a doubt. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chussock44. That is Rupert, Elspeth, Terrence, and Patricia. This has been a Let's Play of Queen's Wish the Conqueror. I leveled up. And I shall see you all... Oh, we didn't get a free skill point. And I shall see you all next time.